The phone call lasted less than 4 minutes. The voice on the other end sounded exactly like her grandson. By the time a courier knocked on her door, $1,200 in gift cards was already gone. But here's what unsettles me most. This 73-year-old grandmother gave the scammer the one detail that made the whole thing work, and she never realized it. At 9:14 on a gray November morning, the phone rang in a quiet Ohio kitchen. The number on the caller ID matched her local area code. Nothing about it looked out of place. She picked up, and a shaky voice rushed out, "Grandma, it's me. Please, don't tell Mom and Dad. I'm in trouble." The sound, just a little off, but full of panic, made her heart race. Now stay with me here, because this is where the cleverness begins. She answered. "Is that you, Brian?" The voice, now steadier, replied, "Yes, Grandma, it's Brian." That one moment, when she spoke his name, gave the caller everything he needed. She thought she was confirming, but really she was handing over the key. Scammers count on this. They do not need to know your family tree. They just need you to fill in the blanks. It's not because people are gullible. It's because the script is written to catch you off guard, to make you want to help. The call pressed on. The voice grew more desperate, talking about a car accident, about police, about needing help. Each detail piled on urgency. She never questioned the number because it looked like it came from just down the road. That's how these operations work now. The technology lets them fake a local number, and the training tells them exactly what to say. I want you to remember this one thing. The first mistake was not trusting her instincts. It was giving away the name. That's how a stranger became family, right there on the line. A voice does not have to be perfect to fool someone who is scared. That is the secret behind today's scams. With just a few seconds of audio, sometimes as little as 3, maybe 10, modern voice cloning tools can build a copy that sounds close enough to pass for family, especially in a moment of panic. These are not tools reserved for tech geniuses. Anyone with a credit card and an internet connection can buy a convincing clone for less than the price of a pizza. Some freelancers online will do it for $5, using samples pulled straight from a birthday video or a public Instagram post. The technology is sold by companies like 11 Labs, Resemble AAI, and Play.ht. Each one promises near-instant results, no technical skill needed. Upload a clip, type in what you want the voice to say, and within seconds you get a synthetic voice that can laugh, whisper, or plead for help. A voice. AI Expert explains it like this. The system only needs a few seconds of clear speech to capture the unique rhythm and tone. After that, it can generate almost anything, even emotion. The more audio you feed it, 30 seconds, a minute, the better it gets at mimicking breath, stress, and those little pauses that make a voice feel real. Most people do not realize their social media posts are a goldmine for this. A grandchild's TikTok rant, a voicemail left on a public phone, even a wedding toast uploaded to Facebook, all can be scraped for samples. The scammer does not need to know your family. They just need a sliver of sound and a place to order the clone. That is how a stranger can become your grandson in less than 5 minutes, with nothing more than a few clicks and a small payment. Now stay with me here, because this is what makes the next part possible. When the voice sounds right, every instinct tells you it is real, and that is where the real danger begins. The voice on the line shifted from the trembling grandson to a new character. this time a steady, official-sounding man who introduced himself as Officer Daniels. He wasted no time. "Ma'am, this is a very sensitive situation. Your grandson is at the courthouse. There is a bond set at $1,200. You must not discuss this with anyone else. If word gets out, the judge will dismiss the case, and your grandson could face jail. Now, stay with me here, because this is where the trap tightens. That so-called gag order is not just a throwaway line. It is a calculated move, one that blocks the natural instinct to call a family member or a trusted friend. Psychologists who study elder fraud say this is the point where the scammer's script becomes most dangerous. When someone with authority tells you to keep quiet, most people, especially those raised to respect law enforcement, comply without thinking. It is not about being naive, it is about being human. Officer Daniels peppered his speech with courthouse jargon and spoke in the clipped, no-nonsense tone you would expect from someone in uniform. He mentioned the courthouse by name, added a badge number, and repeated that any contact with outsiders would jeopardize the case. Every detail was designed to sound official, to make the story feel real, and to keep her isolated. Fraud experts will tell you this is not the work of a lone trickster. Many of these calls come from organized call centers overseas, where workers have scripts, quotas, even managers checking their progress. The operation runs like a business, with each step fine-tuned to push just the right emotional buttons. I want you to remember this one thing. The moment someone tells you to keep a secret, especially when money is involved, that is your cue to pause. The best defense is to stop, breathe, and reach out to someone you trust. That simple act can break the spell before any money changes hands. At 9:45 that morning, she drove to the CVS just a few blocks from home. The instructions were clear: buy $1,200 in Apple gift cards. No questions asked. She moved quickly, her hands shaking as she handed over her debit card. The cashier scanned each card, one after another. With every beep, the money left her account and the codes went live. These cards are not like checks you can cancel. The moment they are activated at the register, the funds are ready to be spent by anyone with the numbers. Back at home, she followed the next step, placed the cards in an envelope and set them on the porch. Within an hour, a courier arrived, just a man in a plain jacket, no words exchanged. He picked up the envelope and walked away. What she did not know was that by the time the courier reached the curb, the codes had already been redeemed. The scammers had everything they needed as soon as she made the purchase. Now, stay with me here, because this is where the loss becomes final. Once those codes are used, the money is gone. Apple, like most gift card issuers, cannot reverse the transaction. The entire process, from the first call to the last beep at the register, took less than 2 hours. This is not a slow con. It is a rapid-fire operation, run by people who know exactly how to push the right buttons and move the money before anyone can react. The $1,200 vanished in the time it takes to finish a pot of coffee. Now, stay with me here, because that Ohio call is not just an isolated story. According to the FBI Internet Crime Complaint Center, seniors lost more than $4.8 billion to scams in 2024 alone, a 43% jump from the year before. Grandparent scams, the kind that use urgent voices and family ties, accounted for over $700 million of that total. But those numbers only tell part of the story. Most cases never get reported. Research from AARP found that for every one elder fraud incident reported, another 22 go unspoken. The main reasons are shame, embarrassment, and a fear that telling someone might mean losing control over money or independence. Let us pause for a moment. These losses are not just numbers on a page. They are savings accounts, grocery money, and the trust that families build over decades. The FBI analyst says, for every report we get, there are dozens more that stay in the shadows. That is why it is so important to talk openly and to make sure everyone in the family knows what to look for. The scammer's real weapon is not just technology, it is silence. Remember this one thing: speaking up is the first step to shutting these operations down. Now, stay with me here, because this is where you can take back control. There is a simple, proven way to block even the most convincing scammer. Set up a family code word. It is not a birthday, not a pet's name, just a random word you all agree on, something you would never post online. Maybe saffron or bluebird or any word that means nothing to anyone outside your circle. Only your family knows it. If someone calls in a panic and cannot give the word, you hang up. No questions, no second chances. Here is how you make it work. Step 1. Pause. When a call feels urgent or asks for secrecy, take a breath. Step 2. Verify. Ask for the code word. Do not offer hints. Do not help them along. Step 3. Confirm. No matter what answer you get, call a trusted family member before you act. Those 3 steps, pause, verify, confirm, are your shield. The code word cannot be faked, not even by the best AI voice. Families who practice this routine together are far less likely to lose money to scams. It is a habit that takes less than a minute to set up, and it could save years of savings. I want you to remember this one thing: the best defense is the one you build together before the phone even rings. Now, stay with me here. These scams aren't run by amateurs. Some operate in call centers with quotas. Last year, the FBI tracked over $3 billion in elder losses, likely just a fraction. I want you to remember this. A family code word beats any script. Let's keep each other safe.